Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and very similar to last year, this year in 2025, it will be an exciting new year with many good launches. And for this video, apart from your Ori, Parktown, Elta, Landor Central and Aurel EC that have launched in the first quarter this year, I'll be talking about my top 10 new condos that will be launching for the rest of 2025. And if you are interested to receive the full list of 2025 new launches, do click on the link in the description box below, fill up the Google form and I will send it over to you. Without further ado, let's go! If you did not manage to get a unit at Lentor Central, just one station away, we have the Springleaf area, which is the Upper Thomson Road GLS Parcel B, probably launching in the second half of this year, a huge development with about 941 units, developed by Guaco Land and Hong Leong again. They are really cementing their position in this area. And you might ask, where is Parcel A? Right up north, this is Parcel A, which is a mixed-use residential and service apartment. Government released the land for sale, but none of the developer has shown any interest to bid for that land. I think mainly because this is a pilot project and developers are unwilling to take on the risk since they are unable to accurately predict the developmental cost as well as the maintenance cost of this service apartment. And more importantly, it is difficult to predict the buyer's reception. Anyway, back to Parcel B. This site is beside the Springleaf MRT station and very close to nature. This area also has one of my favorite prata places for supper, and currently you only have landed properties in the vicinity, but that is going to change in the future as URA has now zoned all these lands as residential. And buying this site will guarantee you the first mover advantage because you will be the first private condo there. But of course, do expect longer holding period as it will likely take many years for any transformation to happen. Okay, secondly, further up north, we have a government land sale at Canberra Crescent. I know, a lot of people will say Canberra very ulu, right? But look at how much the recently MOP ECs at Visionaire and Brownstone earn. So,
I'll tell you what I think. It doesn't matter what you think.
estimated to have around 375 units, and the developers are Keng Leong and Loh Keng Huat. Of course, not the biggest names in Singapore, but their past projects are 15 Holland Hill, Mayor House, the Nassim Park Residences. All pretty atas developments. They also develop Amo Residences, your Avenue South, and some ECs like the Terrace, Topiary, just to name a few. They also built one of my favorite resale condo, the Minton at Hougang. On the BCA website, they are rated as Band 2 on the Conquest scale, Band 1 being the best and Band 6 being the worst. If you would like to understand more about the Conquest rating, I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to read more. And there's some tiny transformation nearby at the Sembawang Shipyard, which will be transformed into a future seafront district. And you'll also be surrounded by a healthy pool of newer HDBs, giving you those HDB upgraded demand. But if you're a sucker for MRT and good primary school, then this project might not be suitable for you lah. And from the tender specifications, there will be a childcare center within the development, which could be useful as it is located within the cluster of newer HDBs in the area, where naturally there are a lot more kids. For myself, because I'm living in a relatively young estate, right? And all the childcare centers within my block or opposite my blocks are all fully subscribed. And I've actually been on the waitlist for more than a year already, but still impossible to get in. So I totally welcome this idea of having more childcare centers because this can really help to alleviate some kind of headache for working parents who are looking for a nearby childcare center for their kids. So moving on, after Parktown and Aurel EC, again we have one more condo in the east. We have the Tampines Street 94 government land sale, a mixed-use development meaning residential on top and then some commercial shops below to serve the growing residential population in the area. The land parcel was won by Hoi Hub and Sunway, around 585 units and estimated launch date in the second half of this year. For people who love convenience, you have the shops below and directly linked to Tampines West MRT. It is also within 1 kilometer to St. Hilda's Primary School, which is a highly sought-after primary school in the east apart from Poi Ching. The attributes that this site has is very, very similar to Parktown Residences at Tampines North MRT site. Just like Parktown Residences, this site will also face stiff competition from the EC beside it. However, there's only one EC here for now compared to two over at Parktown. You can watch my Parktown review somewhere over here or here to understand more. I'll be closely watching this site, and if you would like to find out more, feel free to drop me a PM. Next, we have the One North area. We have two launches coming up. The first is Bloomsbury Residences, launching very soon in the second quarter of 2025. But since young, my mother taught me if I have nothing good to say, just keep quiet lah.
And shut your damn mouth.
So I'll move on to the other plot at One North. We have another development coming up at 71 Science Park Drive, which is expected to launch in the second half of this year. This site was formerly occupied by DSTA from year 2000 to 2018, and the agency building was then demolished in 2020. Developed by CapitaLand, a mid-sized development with about 345 units, the main attraction is its proximity to Kent Ridge MRT. While there is no notable primary school within the 1 kilometer radius, the upside here comes from the One North transformation, and it is the only condo within walking distance to Kent Ridge MRT. So this project will broaden housing options for professionals who work within the business park and could attract potential buyers working in the vicinity at One North, your NUH and NUS. Next up, we have a GLS at Margaret Drive, one of my favorite locations, walkable to Queenstown MRT. This is a mid-sized development with about 460 units, jointly developed by Guaco Land and Hong Leong, estimated preview in the second half of 2025. This area is very well known to have many million-dollar HDBs, so as long as the developer can maintain their strong track record of delivering good layouts like the ones we've seen at the Lentor area, especially for the post-harmonization condos, it could stand out against the older resale developments in the area. While some people might avoid because there isn't a good primary school within the 1 kilometer radius, and there are a few pretty big-sized condos in the area, the resale transactions are very healthy and the prices are appreciating quite a bit. So the strong track record of the resale performance in the area speaks for itself. So very similar to the GLS at Canberra Crescent, a childcare center will be built within the development. So good news for working parents with kids. And so with that, we have come to the end of part 1 of my top new launches in 2025, and eventually closer to the launch dates when I have more information on the indicative pricing, the floor plans, the site plan. I'll be doing my usual deep dive analysis, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell to be notified when the video comes out. Alright, that's the end of part 1. See you in the next one. Bye bye.